What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Universal Teas, the People's Podcast. It's your girl, Toya, and this is episode 13. And I'm calling this episode, Why Are You Here? Period. Why are you here? And so I know that a lot of people probably seen the title of this episode and thought I was being real shady and thought I was being messy, but I'm not, right? This episode is about you. Remember, this podcast is always about you, about how you can be better. It's not about anyone else, okay? So the reason that I named this episode, Why Are You Here? Is because it's going to be a discussion about finding and living in your life's purpose, okay? I started to talk about it last week for a little bit because I got on here last week, y'all, and I ain't had my stuff together. I was having like a phone conversation with someone, and it went a little bit overboard, but it is what it is. I appreciate you all for joining me this week, but we're going to jump right into this episode, kind of picking up where I left off there. So the reason that this episode is called Why Are You Here is a discussion about our life's purpose, like I said, but specifically understanding that all of us are here for something, right? We all have a purpose, whether it be big, whether it be small. And I feel like personally, and you can always disagree with me, just do so respectfully because as y'all know, these hands still get active. Okay, don't disrespect me. But yeah, I feel like our job every single day is to wake up and try to figure out what our life's purpose is to wake up and try to fulfill our life's purpose because as we know, everybody's not here forever. None of us are here forever, actually. And so I feel like it's our duty to sort of fulfill the purpose that God gave us or whomever you worship. Remember, like I'm totally inclusive around these parts, but it's to fulfill whatever that purpose is. And I feel like every day you wake up, that's God or that's the Most High telling you that you have a purpose that you haven't fulfilled yet. You're not done working until I'm done with you. You feel me? And so I feel like once you find that purpose, and that means trying new things, that means following the things that you are good at, that means becoming who you really want to be, exclusive to everything that is happening around you, right? And once you figure out what your purpose is, what your passion is, because passion and purpose, I feel like, go hand in hand. Once you figure out what that is, you need to shine there. Right? Last week when I was talking to y'all for a little bit of time that I was on here, I mentioned the quote from one of my favorite poems that says, we were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us, right? It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. Every single person on the face of the earth, I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you do, what you've experienced, you have a light that shines, and it's your job to figure out how you're going to pay the electricity bill to get your light bulb on, right? We all have something that we shine in, and it's just your opportunity and your job every day to figure out what that is. So how do you do that, right? I feel like, and you all can tell me, like, what are some things that you think you're called to do? I feel like, personally, your purpose or my purpose is to inspire, right? To motivate other people to be who they are. And when we're doing that and when we're figuring out what our life's purpose is, I think one thing that we try to do, especially in this day and age where we're in like everything has to be a hustle, everything has to make you money, we start to compare our purpose to other people. Right? We start to look at other people making money doing something and we feel like we need to do that also. And that leads me to a conversation I was having with a friend today at work on our lunch break. And I was telling her, like, a lot of people think right now that if you're not making money doing something, you shouldn't be doing it. And I really hate that stigma that we have right now, right? I don't think it's true that whatever you do has to make you money, or whatever you do or whatever your purpose in life is has to be something that makes you money. I think we need to disassociate our passion and our purpose with our bank account and our income, right? Because you're going to miss it. And then, yeah, you'll be making money. Yeah, you'll be getting rich. Yeah, you'll be securing the bag. But you're still not going to find that happiness and that satisfaction within yourself, right? If you're just chasing the bag. You got to chase peace. You got to chase happiness. You got to chase joy. You have to chase healthy relationships. You know what I mean? And it's not always about the money that you make. It's about what are you doing and are you happy doing that, right? Would you still be happily doing that thing if it didn't make you money? Okay? So what I want to push you all to do is find your purpose. Find what makes you happy, whether or not it makes you a check or it gets you a check, okay? Make sure you all are sharing the video if you're on here. Sorry I'm a little dry today too, y'all. Like, this week has just been long and it's only Tuesday. But yeah, when you're looking for your purpose, don't look for your bank account to grow, right? I feel like when I was trying to figure out what my purpose was or what I should be doing or what I should be going after, I had to make a list. And we'll get to hard work later at the end of this episode. But I literally had to make a list of things that I felt like I couldn't live without, or I felt like I wouldn't be myself without. And I feel like that's how you find your purpose, right? Another point that I wanted to make in finding your purpose, and I feel like this is going to be a quick episode because y'all are really quiet, which is fine by me. I don't mind. I feel like another step in finding your life's purpose is also humbling yourself, right? Sometimes when we talk about our purpose and people who are depressed and feel like they don't really have a reason to be here, we sort of are dreaming outside of somebody else. We think we're going to step into somebody else's shoes right away when you have to be humble in your purpose. Like in my notes, I literally wrote, everybody can't be Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? You can have a dream to be an entertainer. You can have a dream to be a singer, to be an actor, to be a performer, but everybody isn't Beyonce. Maybe your purpose is to just touch the people close to you. You know what I mean? Maybe your purpose is to influence the people at your job, or maybe your purpose is to influence the people that you see on a daily basis, but you can't, I don't want to say you can't shoot for the stars, but I don't want you to get discouraged, because when we don't meet those expectations or those big broad ideas that we place on ourselves, we sort of get disappointed, right? Finding your purpose does not mean finding success or finding the thing that's going to make you a celebrity. You know what I mean? Finding your purpose is finding literally the thing that makes you you, right? When someone looks at you and they say, Toya, oh, the influencer, oh, Toya, the one who does this, the one who does that. When you're looking for your purpose, it's up to you, right? It's up to you and only you to figure out what that is and to do the work to get there, okay? So another thing that I have to think about, or I want to talk about when we talk about purpose, is understanding that all of your experiences, every single one of them, has to, not has to, but every one of your experiences aligns you to your purpose. The good and the bad, right? So it's important for us when we're going through this journey of life, because we had a whole episode where we talked about that. But when we go through this journey of life, a lot of us sort of get discouraged and we sit and we settle in our depression. And these are things that come from experiences, right? Life is just lessons. And oh, excuse me, you all. I said this when I was talking to a friend on a live before. Life is literally just a series of lessons, whether they be good or whether they be bad, right? Life is a series of lessons, and it is up to you to take those lessons, to take those experiences, and to help them to lead you to your purpose, right? You can't be a testimony to something that you've never taken the test for. Right? You can't give somebody advice, or you can't lead someone to something that you haven't experienced yourself. So I think a large part of living in your purpose is also understanding that every single thing that you experience is going to be a part of you finding your purpose and living in your purpose and being true to who you are. Hi, Kiela. Make sure that my friends in here are sharing the video. Also, for my friends that are listening on Apple, if you didn't know, every Tuesday that I go live, I'll go live on Facebook, and I want you to be a part of the conversation. So make sure you add me on Facebook. But yeah, friends that just joined, we're talking about purpose. We're talking about how you get there and how to discover it and how to be humble when you get to your purpose, right? And a large part of, my bad, y'all just got... Somebody just slid in my DMs, but nah. A large part of finding our purpose is understanding that all of our experiences lead us to that, right? Here's a story for me in particular. About, I want to say 6 years ago. I can never remember exactly how long ago it was, but I think it was about 6 years ago. I got hit by a car, right? And no, not like I was in a car accident. Like, my physical person got hit by a car. And so the way that it happened, I'm not going to go into detail about the experience. We can do that on another episode. But the way that it happened, you would think that I would have died, right? I tried to like make that cute, but I didn't. And so after that experience, it was the first time I dealt with depression. It was the first time I kind of had to sit back and sort of be like, whoa, like I can't do much for myself. I had to rely on other people. But it was also after I came out of that experience that I realized that I'm here for something. I'm here for someone. Because if that situation didn't take me out, That means that I'm here for something. I haven't fulfilled my purpose. So after that happened to me, I've sort of always been on a road to figuring out what my purpose is and why am I still here? Why does God still need to use me? Okay, and I promise this episode is not going to be all preachy, but y'all are real quiet. So what are some things that you all think, my friends that are on here, make sure you hit share too. What are some things that you think lead you to your purpose? Not just the good things, though, but what are some things that lead you to your purpose? Or how do you think that you can use your experiences? How do you think you can use your experiences to help you define who you are or help you to get to your purpose? I got my little cousin, Yan on here. Hey, girl. Kiela, Tay. But yeah, so we're talking about how we get to our purpose. And I think that we oftentimes sort of try to what did I say to my friend earlier? We try to compare other people's purposes to ours. Okay? And the example I gave, and I've given this example in another episode before, and I've actually stated it a little bit earlier. I know for a fact that my purpose is not to be an entrepreneur. Right? We're in a day and age where you got to have a boutique. You got to be selling this. You got to be doing lashes. You got to be doing, you know what I'm saying, reselling shoes. Like, my purpose is not in that. My purpose is in people. You know what I mean? And that's part of the reason that I decided to call my podcast the People's Podcast. That's part of the reason why I feel like I have such a large network of people who I'm around. And that's why I feel like God is allowing me to be a part of so many different social groups. Because my purpose is to connect people. And I feel like I'm using this platform, I'm using my voice to do that. But I also had to reflect, right? Because I'm always thinking forward about where I want to be in the future. But I think a large part of that is reflecting on the experience that I've had to help me get there, right? To help me fully live out my purpose. You know what I mean? And I feel like everybody's purpose isn't necessarily to be huge, right? Sorry, I'm reading comments. I feel like everybody's purpose isn't to be this huge, big, like fireworks going off and things like that. And I think that's where we get stuck and we get caught up thinking that we have to do what somebody else is doing. But your purpose doesn't have to be that. You know what I mean? Your purpose can be very small, very humble, very quaint. It can be right where you are. Don't try to go out and make your purpose match the person next to you. Hey, Camille. Kiela said, I think my purpose has to do with healing cancer patients using music and frequency. That's different, sis. I ain't never heard nobody say that before. But again, like, that's something that a lot of people won't think of. Finding your purpose, you have to sit down with yourself because your purpose is yours, right? Your purpose is yours. So it has to do with you sitting down with who you are and what you do. Another thing that I mentioned with my friend I was talking to a little earlier, she was just like, yeah, but girl, I feel like I don't really have like a talent. Like, I know that I don't want to be an entrepreneur. And she was just kind of like, I mean, I like kids, you know, I'm a good mom. And I felt like maybe your purpose is to be good to kids. You know what I mean? Maybe your purpose is to be that light to the people around you, because she's always kind of like, if I cook, I want all my friends to come over. I want this person to come over. Whereas myself, I'm like, I'd rather you not. Okay? I'd rather you not come to my house, because my purpose isn't in like small social things. My purpose is to reach as many people as I can. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when we're looking for our purpose, we oftentimes do that, right? We kind of downplay our talents. And when I say talents, I don't mean singing, dancing, acting. I mean like whatever it is that you're good at without trying. You know what I mean? I feel like whatever you're good at without trying, and that's actually something I just thought of, and I think it's really important. When you're thinking about your purpose, I think it has a lot to do with what you're good at without trying, right? And taking away the sort of glitz and glamour of what it is. Because I was telling her too, like, I mean, yeah, like we're in this age of entrepreneurs, and I see the comments, I'm going to get to them in a second. We're in this age of entrepreneurs, and it makes people like me, who I was sitting there like, well, all I really like doing, I like writing, I like speaking, you know what I mean? I like public speaking. And so it's kind of like, if I were small-minded, and if I didn't believe in myself and my ability to actually feel like my purpose could be fulfilled and be meaningful, I would be like, well, there's nothing I can do with that. Like, I'm not going to do it because it's not dancing, because it's not singing, because I can't be Beyonce. A lot of people are like, well, there's no purpose in me doing it. When in all actuality, your purpose can be so small. The person you could be here to help could be someone that you don't even know. You know what I mean? We have people who, and I don't want to get too much into death because that's a whole lot. But once your life expires, that means you've lived in your purpose. You know what I mean? You got to think about it. We have children, babies who pass away. You know what I mean? 2 months. And that child's purpose was maybe to, let their mom know that, I don't know, they're stronger than they think, or they really don't need anyone else. And you have to understand that every life has a purpose, no matter how long it is. Mary says, finding your purpose is personal. You got to tap into your inner you. Absolutely, right? Finding you is personal. Your journey is personal. Your purpose is personal. That has nothing to do with anybody but you. And when finding your purpose, you gonna be trying a lot of things, right? But when you find it, you got to stay in your lane, right? I was watching this, it was like a short clip of an interview with Nipsey Hussle, and he was saying, like, I do what I do and I stay in my lane. In your lane is no traffic. You feel me? You got to stay. Ain't nobody doing what you doing. It's when you try to go and do what everybody else is doing that you run into issues. You feel me? Staying in your lane keeps you out of a lot of trouble, okay? Do y'all agree or disagree? I hope y'all agree. Okay, and this is going to be a really short episode because I'm about to wrap it up already because I'm tired of talking and y'all not talking to me. But, what else did I want to get at? I said your purpose doesn't have to be your income. But yeah, finding your purpose is literally staying in your lane. Finding your lane, staying in it, and doing what God called you to do. Okay? Here's the hard work, because I'm going to wrap this up. So, if you're trying to discover what your purpose is, what I want you all to do is make a list of only 3 things. Okay? Dang, y'all see I got a bump on my forehead, y'all. Don't pay attention to that. But I want you to put a list of 3 things, okay? I don't want these things to be things that necessarily make you money. I don't want them to be things that are glitz and glamorous. When you're making this list, I don't want you to think secure the bag. I want you to think secure your soul. Ooh, period. Okay. So when you're making this list to find your purpose, I don't want you to think that you're securing the bag. I want you to focus on securing your soul, okay? 3 things that would not 3 things that are you and 3 things that make you you, even if they're taken away, right? So for example, mine would be I love speaking, right? I love writing. You feel me? What else do I love to do? I do love dance. I love dancing, right? So take those 3 things and figure out what experiences have you had in your life that can help you make these things blossom, right? What experiences? So for me in particular, I said I like speaking. What experiences have I had that I can speak about? You feel me? That's part of the reason I started this podcast, is because I feel like I've had experiences that I can speak about that can reach people, right? And my purpose then is being able to reach a large network of people and motivate them to be their best selves, okay? So that's what I want you all to work on. A list of only 3 things. Only 3 things that make you you. You wouldn't be you without what 3 things? I don't want them to be material things. And as you're making this list of 3 things, I don't want you to think money. Don't secure the bag, secure your soul. That's the goal for this list, okay? So the last thing that I'm going to do before I go ahead and log off, because your girl is getting hot, I'm going to do my plug. And I haven't plugged anybody in a while, and that's not to be shady, but I just haven't. But it is Women's History Month. So this month, every Tuesday, I'm going to be shouting out a woman, and I'll get to my fellas in April. But she doesn't even know I'm going to shout her out. But if you all seen the dance video I posted on my page, I think it was yesterday. Oh, excuse me. The person that I'm going to shout out is the owner of 617 Dance Space, and I just hosted a class there last Friday. Her name is Bree Chantel. She owns 617 Dance Space. They have classes every week. I know they have like a yoga class. They have a tone and twerk. They have a tone and twerk class, an Afro jazz class. What else? Persuasion dance class, which actually starts at 7 p.m. tonight. But yeah, 617 Dance Space is here in Milwaukee on 85th and Brown Deer. She has really great classes every week. She's a really sweet girl. And yeah, so 617 Dance Space, I will pin it in the comments right now. Hold on. So yeah, that is the Facebook page is 617 Dance Space. I am shouting her out. She does a really great job. She's a sweet girl. Her classes are bomb. The people that she works with are bomb. Go and check out the dance video that we just did for her studio. It's on my page. And you'll see it says 617 Dance Space on there. But yes, your job this week is to try to start to find your purpose. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be something that's going to take a day. Hell, it might take you 20 years, but I always want you to focus on finding your purpose, understanding that you're here for something or someone, even if you don't know what that is. Okay? So I'm about to close us out. Oh, y'all late. Talking about some what's up. Hey, Corum, what's good? But I'm about to close us out, and I will see you all next Tuesday live at 5 because I'm about to go get ready for Taco Tuesday. So I hope y'all getting ready for Taco Tuesday too. Anyway, let me close us out and then we can chat offline. So thank you for joining. This has been episode 13 of Universal Teas with your girl Toya. I will see you all next week on Facebook Live. Bye.